Hello everyone, welcome to the Gaming Daddy channel. So this video is pretty much a short opinion piece. When I say short, my short might mean 9 minutes or 19 minutes. But whatever, if you want to listen, then go ahead and do so. Now, I think Remnant from the Ashes is actually a very cool game. And there's something at the heart of it that I feel like will appeal to a lot of players that are into the RPG style shooter genre. And even though it might be called some sort of a Dark Souls with gun type game, I don't really think that it actually follows that Dark Souls type gameplay very, I would say, closely. It's more of a Destiny, the Division type game at the heart of it as well. And I think the one thing that makes it very good at what it is the fact that it's a fun game. You see, many times gaming companies tend to forget that the central part of playing a game is actually fun. And so it took a studio that actually, made a game on most likely a limited budget to actually uncover the one thing that's at the heart of gaming, and that's fun. This game could have been made as a solo player game, but the co-op side of the game, in my opinion, is actually the best part of the game. Playing the game alongside somebody else is something that is a very unique experience. Now, when I said The Division and Destiny, these are two games that are loved by people who actually engage in co-op gameplay. Whether or not they love it, it's something that they actually do in terms of progression within both games respectively. Now, you can progress through both games, solo, but you can't tell me as a player of these games that you haven't had fun at one point in time with a good group, maybe a group that was very competent, effective, or maybe a group that was just funny and they were goofy and they just wanted to chill and relax. I mean, you have had an encounter like that of some sort. Remnant's gonna give that to you, and it's gonna give it to you in a very close and more compact setting, because now you only have 3 people that can go into a co-op session and they can actually all work together to achieve the same goal. In fact, one of the best things is if you can get a good friend of yours, somebody that you already know, somebody that you're probably gaming with in maybe a clan and a different game, and convince them to buy the game, which is not going to be very easy because it's a $40 game and there are other games on the horizon coming up. But if you can convince somebody to actually buy the game and play alongside you, you're going to have such a different experience that you will not be able to put a finger on why that experience is actually so good. And I think this is the one thing that makes this game stand out. Yes, its combat's really cool. I would have loved for it to be like, AAA type textures and AAA type world design and AAA type bosses, like a Sekiro look with guns, with all the colors and all the, the beauty that Bandai Namco put in there. But I'm not getting that. But instead, what I realized is all those things are really nice, but there's something kind of a pet-like nature. It's like, it's like a cute puppy. This game, that's what it is. You get to enjoy. If you're those of you that are dog lovers, or those, I don't know, some of you that are cat lovers, God help you. But those of you that really understand what that looks like can just come to look at this game and appreciate what a gem it is. It's the game had its bugs on release. It wasn't a slightly in a rocky situation, but trust me, the game does a very good job of bringing some very core things that are the heart of gamers together. And so even when you're playing it solo, there is still the part where you do feel satisfaction for overcoming difficulties. Even as a solo player, you fight a boss yourself, which I've not had the opportunity to do yet because I've actually been playing co-op with a friend. But you get to fight a boss yourself, or you get to fight a horde of mobs and some elites, and you finish it, and you have these sounds that kind of give you some relief and say, okay, it seems like the coast is clear for a little bit. There are little gems within this game that have made the game something that's been done right. Is it worth the $40? I think definitely. I think it's worth every single dollar of $40, because yes, we have paid for $60 games that have turned out to be a whole bunch of junk. And in the case of this is a $40 game. And yeah, if you want to wait for a little sale, sure, you can wait for a sale. But let me tell you something. It's such a good game, in my opinion, that I don't want to rush the game. I don't want to get to the end. That's not even my concern right now. I don't care to beat the campaign of the game. I actually care about just having fun, gathering all the, perks and little items that you can get, the collectibles, the weapons, the rings, the armor, the gear. that is so much fun because I think that's the way the game has been designed. Because of its procedural generated world, you can play the game in one run through, and then if you play the game again, you have a whole different experience. And so that's something that I feel is actually pretty unique in my opinion. I just think the fun factor is here. And that's something that we have not seen, especially in this huge barrage of AAA games that have been coming along the ranks in the last few months, years. And so this is definitely something that I would say, if you're a grassroots gaming enthusiast, you got to put your money where your mouth is if this is something that is a game that would appeal to you. Now, if it's not a game that appeals to you, that's also understandable, but definitely for those of you who just, you have this interest, you have this instinctual interest thinking, this, for some reason, I might like this game, I think it's fair that you give it a try. And if for some reason, you don't like it, then, the game just wasn't for you. You can maybe do some cool things like, I don't know, ask people that are in your clans, ask people in your communities, and just ask them how they think the game runs, and you'll get a good feel from them. The best place to hear from games is from gamers. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Thank you very much for your time and your audience, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Peace.